Hello, everybody, and welcome to my NXT Heatwave review. But before we actually get into this whole show, I want to tell everybody out there first to go check out the Money in the Bank 2024 review. We did review that show earlier today with Black Shaggy and Straight Face 40. So make sure everybody goes out there and check out the Money in the Bank 2024 review. But I was already debating if I even wanted to review NXT Heatwave in general. But I'm like, yeah, you might as well. Maybe something important happened. And something did important happen. And we're actually going to get to that in a good few minutes, okay? So let's get right off the bat with these things. I did watch a little of the pre-show. I did see some of the pre-show match with Ariana Grace and Carmen Petrovic. Ariana Grace is from Canada. They went against JC James and Jasmine Nix. From what I saw, it wasn't really that bad of a match. Nothing much I could really say other than Ariana Grace did get a big hometown reaction. I know that, given that she is from Canada and whatnot. Ariana Grace and them ended up getting a win. I think they Petrovic had got the pinfall. What was it? I think Ariana Grace was holding Jasmine Nix's hair as Petrovic got the pin, holding her down. So yeah, they were able to get the win right there. So not much from what I could see from it, but I'm like, hey, the hometown person did get a win right here, which, like I said, it's a lot of people from Canada on this show going in tonight. So yeah, let's get into the main show of this whole thing now. We did kick it off with Obafemi versus Wesley for the NXT North American Championship. I guess this is apparently Wesley's final time he can get at going for this title. I gotta say, this was a great match to kick off the show. I definitely enjoyed it. Obafemi, man, I'm telling you, this guy just. One would say this guy's just developed really fast, and there's a reason why Shawn Michaels really likes this guy. They may have to get this guy on the main roster real soon because he is really good. Like, the dude is just a giant that just throws you around, so it's insane. You got to give Wesley a lot of credit for bumping for him that insanely out there, just getting thrown back and forth from inside and outside the ring and damn near on the announce table and all that. It was a lot of really great stuff in this, and Wesley coming back. Which, at some point I kind of maybe thought Wesley was going to win, but I was like, nah, they got Obafemi looking way too strong right now, so I figured that wasn't going to happen. Him even hit the cardiac kick, I believe, which Femi was able to get out, get out of that. I know he ended up hitting a frog splash, but opened up, like, he no-sold the frog splash. Basically had him, like, to a choke slam. Wesley got out the way. They both went outside the ring then after that. He ended up hitting Obafemi with like a big double stomp to the back. He went for another cardiac kick and whatnot. He had a big super kick right after that, but Oba ended up catching him again, just throwing him around, and then hit the big sit-down power bomb for the win. So yeah, Oba at still retaining North American title. Like I said, this was a really great way to kick off the main part of this show with the NXT North American Championship. Like I said, I didn't think they were going to take the title off Obafemi anyways, even going with this whole Wesley last chance thing, which later on they kind of showed Wesley saying it's all over and he's crying again, which that tends to happen a lot every time he gets to the loss. Wonder if he still wants to be in NXT like that, and he doesn't know what's next. So I'm not sure what they're going to do with Wesley next, but I guess he's going to address that's this Tuesday on NXT. Apparently, some are saying he may be back with the Rascals again and maybe a team up, since they are still in TNA right now. So they could all get back together. I don't know. Then again, they got Charlie Dempsey over there invading TNA. So we'll see what goes on from that. But yeah, Obafemi, man, this guy is a star, okay? This dude is just, he's money, all right? There's a reason why I believe Sean likes this guy. And he hasn't really been around that long, and he already has a title belt, like, 2-3 weeks being on this show. So yeah, it makes you wonder, okay? So this guy's just really good. Right after that, we have Kalani Jordan versus Sol Ruka for the women's NXT North American Championship. I gotta say, I did enjoy this match a lot. Sol Ruka is very popular right now, especially with that Soul Snatcher move. You knew you was going to get some real good stuff with both of them right here, especially when it just comes to both their athletic ability. Like I said, you got 450s going on with Kalani Jordan, which she did like a slingshot 450 clothesline, which was pretty good too. I think Sol Ruka did that, but yeah, Kalani had one in like 450 in the air, but Sol Ruka put her legs up then. Basically, Kalani Jordan was just on the ground. She went for the Soul Snatcher, but Kalani Jordan ended up just slamming her to the ground. And both of them did get chance out there, so it was like a face versus face thing. I know it ended up with Kalani Jordan ended up hitting like a poison Rana damn near off the top rope, or I guess I should say a super poison Rana, because Sol Ruka had like the whole electric chair thing going on. But it was a big poison Rana. Then after that, and then right after Kalani Jordan ended up hitting like a split-legged moonsault, because that's her finisher for the win. Like I said, really good stuff out there. Didn't like went what about 11 minutes if I'm not mistaken. So I enjoyed this match. It was a really good match from both of these two. I come on, I think we already knew that. Come on, Kalani Jordan was not going to lose his title anyways, given that she literally just won it and is a new belt right now. She just won it the last NXT, pay-per-view and all that. So come on, you already knew it was probably going to be a retain. Like I said, I know Sol Ruka's popular right now, but I figured they weren't going to put the title on her that fast. Okay, so I got to say this was a really good match. I definitely enjoyed it from both of these two. So good stuff. I got nothing really much bad to say about it. Right after that, Axiom and Nathan Frazier went against Chase Yu, Duke Hudson, and Andre Chase. One thing I will say with this, when it comes to Axiom and Nathan Frazier's matches, you're going to get something great about it. I just don't really want to hear them talk all the time. I didn't think Chase Yu was going to win this anyways. Going into this tag match, didn't really think much about it. And I think, like I said, I knew it was going to be a good match, but I got to say, they tore it up. They did really tear it up here. Chase Yu, like I said, they did look strong in defeat, but I figured they weren't going to get the win anyways. But Axiom and Frazier, though, say what you want about them as a team, but you got to say they put on some great tag matches at the same time, too. So, once again, had the crowd going. It took a minute to kind of get into it first, but it was one hell of a tag team match. The crowd was behind both teams. Axiom ended up hitting the golden ratio onto Andre Chase for the win, taking a pinfall right there. So yeah, Axiom and Frazier still retain the tag team titles. Okay, so it looked like they were gonna have some type of that confusion, because it did end up with Frazier up kicking Axiom accidentally in the match and kind of showing some tension going on, especially with Frazier being distracted trying to go for the Heritage Cup, and I guess he wants the Speed title too now, and Axiom trying to focus on the tag team and whatnot, and Frazier's off somewhere else. You probably would have thought it may have been a title change, especially with the whole super kick accident. But no, they end up still retaining the tag titles from here. So I'm sure we're probably going to see more dissension as time goes on with both of them as a team. So we'll see about that. But still, great tag match. So someone may say it's a spot fest, but I definitely enjoyed it. Right after that, Roxy versus Lola Vice for the NXT Women's Championship. On one hand, I kind of thought Lola Vice was gonna win, but I think somebody said it best. Every time a wrestler dedicates a match to a family member, especially with a title match, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna lose. Okay, and it took me a minute to kind of get into this match because I wasn't really sure about it at first. Like, I knew it was gonna be really good. I just wasn't sure. I feel like it was kind of slow at first, and then like as the match went on, the aggression and speed kind of came more into it. I think one thing people kind of went on, given that Lola Vice was a trained MMA fighter, but let's be honest, Roxy does have more experience when it comes to just wrestling in general and whatnot. Because Lola Vice hasn't really been around. She transitioned from MMA to here. It's kind of like what I said about the whole Jordan Grace thing. It's like you don't really expect Roxy to win, given that Jordan Grace looked like she could rip this girl's head off with one arm. And yeah, she beat Jordan Grace, but that was just by a distraction finish due to shenanigans and all that. But like I said, overall, I did like this match as it went on. Someone say this is obviously the biggest match out of Lola Vice's single career, which I would agree upon. One thing that was focused was Lola trying to submit, Roxanne out there just doing multiple submissions and still trying to go for that back fist. But it ended up going for a back fist on the ring post, which Roxy had focused on the injured hand arm like several times, just beating it, doing what she could to just keep that arm occupied and still go for it. Vice did come back with the back fist, but she ended up going to the ground still, selling that injured hand. Roxy ended up getting out of it, still trying to go for uppercuts. They went to the outside then, and she hit the pop rocks, and then went, what was it, like, on the announce table then, which I could say I am the table, but then again, I'm not sure how much both of these women weigh, but I guess I could figure why the announce table didn't break. But I'm just thinking, oh, botch table, I am the table. I'm sure y'all know where that comes from. Roxy started yelling at her then, saying I am, you will never be champion, and just hits like what 4 or 5 pop rocks, which one she did botch, but she ended up just doing it again for the win. I will say, Lola Vice kicking out a lot of those finishers. I will say that it did kind of get a little bit egregious when somebody kicks out of like several finishers so many times, but still, I guess it took that much just to beat her. Because, like, how many times is she just going to keep hitting, like, just finishers near the end? Like, it's like 4 or 5 pop rocks, and she's still not going down. And, like I said, one of them was botched, but they did recover it by just doing another one. But, like I say, if you look at, both women, like I said, Lola Vice is really popular right now, and it's improved a lot. But I don't think they were going to give it a title all the way. Like, I had a feeling they could have, but I'm like, nah. Not yet. I think they want to wait on that. And like I said earlier, when you dedicate the match to a family member, it looks like you're probably going to lose, okay? Especially if you go back and look at the promo on Tuesday. But, like I said, overall, it was, like I said, once again, it was still a really good match. Like I said, most of this whole show just had really good matches. Not much to really complain about right here. I kind of figured who was going to win anyways throughout most of this show, but overall, the matches were really good. Some would think some of them were like spot fest and whatnot, but I enjoyed it. But with Lola Vice, like I said, I think they're just gonna wait on that. But I'm sure people may have thought she won. It's like, hey, this is an MMA fighter; she could just kill this girl. But like I said, they're not gonna go into that direction. Same with Jordan Grace. Yeah, big as shit, but they gotta make fucking Roxy look good too at the same time. So like I said, good match. They showed Tony D'Angelo somewhat guarding his plants or something. I guess he's going after Lexus King now for that Heritage Cup. So I don't know what's going on with that. So we'll see what happens. In the main event, we did get a fatal 4-way for the NXT title. Trick Williams, Ethan Page, Javon Evans, and Sean Spears. 2 people being from Canada. I enjoyed this main event. I think I was just more surprised by the finish of the main event. Okay, that's the biggest surprise I think we all got to talk about, because I didn't see that coming, and the person that took the pin, I actually thought Sean Spears may have been taking the pin, but I'm like, well, we can't just beat a stick over Javon Evans all the time. So not Javon Evans. I said Sean Spears is gonna take the pin, but yeah, Javon Evans, like, come on, do this, still new. So in a way, you got to figure he would take the pin too. They've been pushing this guy real fast, I will say that. But come on, he wasn't gonna win the NXT title here at the same time. Overall, I did enjoy the Fatal 4-Way. I know they did have, Javon and Trick kind of work with each other throughout this match. Because, like I said, if they went with Trick versus Javon Evans at first going into this, I don't know how good of an idea that would have been. So, making a 4-way was the best possible outcome. I know Spears got in with a chair, which I don't ever see Spears get cheered this much anyways, but then I have to remember, like, this is Canada, so he is from Canada, so there you go, say with Ethan Page. One thing I did like was Trick pushing Evans into the announce table, which looked pretty brutal. Evans, like, the dude just flips around so many times. I can't even name all stuff, but it does look really good, especially doing that cutter on the Ethan Page. Trick coming back with, like, several Trick knee shots at the end, trying to get the win. Javon Evans ended up in, like, what did he hit on Spears? Like a super cutter, corkscrew, something, splash, but Trick ended up breaking up the pin in after that. But yeah, after the whole announce table thing, I remember people chanting "Rest in peace" to Javon Evans, but he ended up kind of getting back up anyways and getting back into the match. In the end, ended up with like Trick hitting like several Trick knee shots, but he ended up taking down Evans. Then he hit Ethan Page with one, and Spears dragged Trick to the outside of the ring, which Ethan Page ended up falling back, I guess knocked out, and he won the NXT title. So he didn't have to pin Trick Williams to win the NXT title. He pinned Javon Evans to win the NXT title. So definitely something I didn't expect here. I gotta say this about Ethan Page too, and I'm glad he did win. I like Ethan Page, but man, they really did not know what to do with this guy in AEW, but NXT now makes him into like a pretty big name in like what, under a month or two, and make him important on this show. And I've liked Ethan Page since TNA. Okay, I've enjoyed the guy. I've enjoyed him in the North and all that too. I thought it would have went better for him in AEW, but no, they basically wasted him there. So in a way, it's like taking a shot at AEW right now with him winning the title. Okay, it's like this dude immediately comes in, gets a title shot. Yeah, he lost, but now he's the NXT champion by the next pay-per-view. So it's kind of funny when you really think about all that. Okay, so yeah, AEW really did screw this one up with him, and he's only been in NXT for like a month or two, and now he's already the champion. What does that tell you about AEW? So, yeah, NXT knew what to do with this guy, but they didn't. So, really makes you wonder. Trick losing the title like that, yeah, he wasn't pinned decisively, and it was about someone else. I know people kind of question Trick's reign as NXT champion. It's like, yes, we know the guy's really popular right now, and the strike of the iron's hot. Yes, he is still pretty green. If you kind of seen some of the matches recently with him, yes, he's popular because of the whoop that Trick stuff, but still in the ring, and he's still pretty green out there. So maybe they kind of want to, I don't know. Maybe they just want to go Ethan Page because the dude obviously has more experience. Even going back with the match with him and Trick, it was still a good match back at the Battleground thing. But come on, you could tell who had more experience, even going by promos and stuff too. So like I said, I like Trick, but and I didn't really expect him to lose the title right here, but I can kind of understand maybe why they did this. But I was surprised by the finish of all this. I really was. So yeah, Ethan Page is now the new NXT champion. I thought it was kind of weird before the show went off the air. I guess they showed some weird clip of like Joe Hendry at the end, which I don't know if that was just a technical issue or maybe that meant something. I'm not sure. And then they just kind of apparently they said they went to like some Nia Jax music video or like just video package. I'm not really sure what happened towards the end. So it may have been a technical issue. Overall, I did enjoy NXT Heatwave. Like I said, it's not much really bad to say about this show. Unless I'm not going into depth about it. Like I said, I enjoyed it, and most of it made sense. Like I said, the main event is what surprised me. So, and this show went off the air, and the sun is still up outside, and went off around like what 8:30 my time. So the show started early, like at 6 o'clock anyway. So NXT just kind of breezed right by. It just kind of came and went, and there you go. It was a good show overall. Like I enjoyed it. So nothing much I can really say about Heatwave. Unless you got something different, please tell me. But I enjoyed most of the matches. Damn, I gotta say the tag team was a really great one. I'm not sure if it was my match of the night in that, but what had been the opener or maybe the tag team title matches probably was my two favorite matches out of the whole show. So hey, at least you got a favorite, please tell me, okay? But overall, Heatwave was really good. So yeah, finish I did not expect, and we got a new NXT champion now. So yeah, we'll definitely see what happens from here. But yeah, other than that, overall, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, HoodNight890. Hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and yeah, we out of here. I'll see y'all later, and peace out.